Welcome to a special abbreviated version of KWS Tonight. I'm George Hagan. As you can see, Gary Thomas not on set tonight. He is up at Skagit Speedway, first night of the Jim Raper Memorial Dirt Cup. For some reason, he always gets the good assignments. I'm back at the studio. Tonight we've got a special show. We're going to revisit the interview we had with Kyle Hirst earlier this year, and then we're going to view his big win at Placerville Speedway. Talk a little bit about what's happening this weekend at the RTF Speedway in Fernley, Nevada. Some great racing action up there this weekend. And talk about some of the other stuff that's going on around the area, plus our upcoming race, June 29th at Placerville Speedway. Now let's take a look at that interview we did earlier with Kyle Hirst.
Well, hey everyone, we're pleased to be in the garage of our title contender this season, driver of the Roth Enterprises 83 Junior, Mr. Kyle Hirst. Kyle, how's it going, Gary? Thanks for having us over. We've been trying to lock you down here for a couple weeks, and we're glad to finally get the chance to talk to you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad you guys are here. I'm hoping we'll have a good time.
Yeah, you know, your family's been involved in the sport for many, many years. Your dad, of course, was the 1986 Northern Auto Racing Club champion. So growing up, did you always want to be a race car driver watching your dad?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we were around it. I think me and my brother went to the races every weekend playing, playing with the wood sprint cars, playing in the dirt. That's all we did. And then, I was lucky enough in 1994 when my dad quit, I started racing. So, and here we are now.
And your parents, of course, have been really involved in this sport, of course, with the Bradway, among other things. But how big has that been for you and your brother Derek and your sister Samantha?
Bradway deal?
Everything, yeah.
Everything, yeah. My dad did it for 20 years in Northern California, raced around there. So, it's just been part of our life, like everyone always says, it's not just something we do on the weekends, it's part of your life. Lifestyle, yeah, there's no doubt. It's not just something we go boating on the weekend, you race. It's everything. It's your whole life. So it's been part of it forever. Growing up, now, mom and dad still come. Everyone comes and watches. It's awesome. I love it.
Sure. So. You talk about outlaw carts. Of course, we have one back here. I believe this is your buddy Mikey Hellwig's cart. Can you talk to us a little bit about your outlaw cart career prior to sprint cars?
Yeah, like I said, my dad broke his arm in '94, and that's been about 20 years he's been running sprint cars. And it was time for me to start, so we started out in outlaw carts, and they have these box stocks. And that's a box like motor. They have classes, and you grow up as a little kid and move up 125 to 500. And did that for like 8 years. You run cycling in the summertime and rev up in the wintertime. You can run those things year round. So a lot of people always ask who's my favorite sprint car driver growing up. I was fortunate enough, I was always at outlaw cart race. So, I didn't start going to sprint car races until 2004, till I started racing. Other than that, I was a little kid when my dad would race, and I'm glad he got to race in 2001.
Right.
A little bit of Chico for Terry Cowan and stuff like that. But yeah, these outlaw carts are a great stepping stone. Like I said, a lot of good drivers have come from them, so I think it's just a way to start your racing career and getting on going.
You talk about your sprint car career. You started, I believe, when you were 16 back in, I think it was 2004. But after a few years, you had the opportunity to go back east and race with the ASCS National Series. Talk about that experience, visiting some of those new tracks back east.
That was awesome. I got to thank Gary Perkins for that one. I came home one day during the winter and he said, "Hey, do you want to go run the ASCS tour?" Absolutely. And we got to travel. I ran California for the first couple of years, running for different people, and then Gary wanted to go out and run the tour. And it was just a great experience. It wasn't just the tracks you got to go do. You had to travel, you had to accommodate, you had to find car washes, you had to find what was the good neighborhoods, what was the bad neighborhoods. It was a whole experience, and I'm glad I got to do it. I hope I get to do it again someday down the road. But I loved it. Getting to the new tracks, I got the big slick tracks, got to run Knoxville, live in Warsaw. Get to see a whole different side like California. So like I said, I hope we get to do that again. It was a blast, and I'm looking forward to it.
We now have a Facebook question. We asked some of our fans for questions for you, and this is the first of our Facebook questions from Jacob Spath. I believe you know Jacob.
Yep.
He says, if you had to set up your own car with no help, could you still be as competitive at the level you race as you are now? He says it's a serious question from your friend Spath.
I set up the car a lot by myself. Like last year with the Tulo deal, I was Dave was very open and let me do my thing. In Australia, I set up my own car with the Rouge family. So it wasn't one of those things I just ever showed up and drive. I always knew what I was doing. I know how to build them. I work at ART, fabricating. I definitely think I can set up a car.
Right.
So it helps out to put the input back to the guy that's setting the car up now. Like running for Roth, I have a guy that crew chief Sonny and Kyle that work on the car, and to be able to communicate with them, it makes it a whole lot better. But yeah, I love setting up a car. If I didn't have a crew chief, like I said, I did in Australia this past winter, and we ran successful. So I think I'm hands-on and trying to keep on top of it and be smart with that kind of stuff.
Now this season, of course, we talked about you driving for Roth Motorsports, the biggest opportunity of your career, I'm sure, bar none. What was the feeling like when you got the call from the Roth Motorsports team to drive the car after all the success last year?
I was pretty stoked. It was I didn't know what was going to happen. You heard from people, heard rumors, but you never know if that's any true. It's only true until you get the phone call from Dennis or Todd, and they say, hey, we're going to do this thing next year. So, you know, we ran good last year, and I was hoping that's, you know, you never knew what was going to happen. Tim wasn't going nowhere. He's a hell of a driver.
Right.
And so it's just more so if they're going to do 2 teams, and they are doing that. So I can't thank Dennis and Teresa enough. All the guys that put the cars together this winter. It's going to be my best opportunity, and I'm going to give them 110%. Hopefully go out there and win some races.
You know, you mentioned Trophy Cup. That's something I wanted to get into next because you started, I believe, 17th in the main event last year at the 50-lap finale and won the thing.
Yeah.
That was a heck of a charge, and I think it really opened up a lot of eyes to the talent that you have behind the wheel, and I'm sure that was another big deal for getting the call from Dennis and Teresa Roth. That was a big night.
I appreciate that. It was, you know, especially Tulare. I haven't never conquered one at Tulare, and you always want to. It's one of my favorite tracks, and starting 17th, man, that's a long ways back. You got a lot of good guys behind you. You got to look at you guys in front of you, and we were just kind of biding our time, and all of a sudden things took off, and we were lucky to get by a bunch of good guys and had a lot of fun racing with them. And you know, Dominic Selzy, I thought he was going to have wrapped up. So I'm sure he'll get one year. You know, that kid's on the gas. So, but yeah, Trophy Cup was awesome, and hopefully wrap that thing up this year and get the points maybe.
Another Facebook question from another one of your fans, Nick Durst. He says, where is your favorite place to race, and which track has the best atmosphere?
It's hard between 2 of them, because I love Tulare. Tulare is
awesome,
it's fast, it's on the board, but I also love Peeville. When that thing's dead slick to a big old curve, you have a lot of fun there. And I'd say Peeville is a lot of great atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, for the hometown, it's not, you know, a lot of tracks you go to these days, you race, you load up, you go home, you go off to the car wash. And there's nothing wrong with that. You got to do that. That's what people do.
Right.
But the Placerville, people are always saying the barbecues are going, a lot of people hanging out, a lot of fun. You got to think the crowd, it's always packed. So I'd say Placerville wins that one.
I was going to say, there's no track that I like going to more than sitting in the stands at Placerville, because those fans, they get into it, man. I mean, if it's qualifying
rowdy,
or anything, they get rowdy. Yep.
They get rowdy. They always cheer for their favorites, whether you're local or not. So I'd say that one takes the cake there.
Okay. Another Facebook question from Dominic Selzy, fellow driver we just talked about. I probably know the answer, but he says, which track have you had the most success at in your career?
I'd have to say Chico, just because I ran those most.
Right.
Like I said, I'd like to say it would be Tulare or somewhere like that, but Chico I ran the most. I think I picked up a couple races there, here like on weekly stuff and some King of West, Golden State. One there I'd like to get is the Bradway, so hopefully that's one of these years to come. We'll pick up the Bradway there. That's my number 1 on the list right now.
That's kind of lead into another question about the Bradway. You're driving, of course, for Roth Motorsports this year, and that's a special race to you, the Bradway. Your family helped begin the thing, 23 years ago, and you're going to be on kill for that deal. I can guarantee you that.
Absolutely. I hope everything falls into place because I know I'll be giving my 110%, and I know the crew will be. The race is one of those deals you get the right filter, you get the wrong one. So I hope everything's in place, and I'm out. Have an opportunity to be up front in that deal and try to sneak the win off of that. I've been close twice, so one of these years is going to happen. There's no doubt about that.
Now we'd like to give you a chance to thank anyone that is going to make this season possible for you. To say you drove for a lot of people last year, and I'm sure you have a lot of people to thank.
Oh yeah, I got to thank everyone for last year, giving me the opportunity. This is where it got me the opportunity. And TK was probably one of the biggest ones. We were sitting at Chico one night, and he walked up and said, "Hey, I'm going to head out," and so they want to finish the deal off, and I threw your name out there. So I'm sure I've had a big part of it. They called me up, and I got the opportunity. So thank you, Dennis and Teresa, for this year, and going to give it 110%. Todd, Sonny, Kyle, all the guys that help out. Mikey sneaks off with us every once in a while. Bucky, Eric. I think it's going to be a fun year.
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for more King of the West tonight.
Come to the Reno Tahoe Fernley Speedway for great family fun and entertainment, featuring 410 sprint cars, motocross, IMCA dirt modifieds, concerts, road course racing, drag racing, and much more. For great family fun and entertainment each and every weekend, come to the Reno Tahoe Fernley Speedway in Fernley, Nevada.
Come out and experience Round 6 of the Fernley 95A Series at the Reno Tahoe Fernley Speedway on Saturday, June 22nd. IMCA Modifieds, KWS Lights, Pro Stock, and more will be on the list. For more information, log on to our website at rtfspeedway.com or call 224-7644.
Visalia, California in the Eliason Composites, Advanced Auto and Smog, Driven Performance, KRC Graphics, and Elite Acid. Back number 00X, Corey Eliason. Looks like no 88 in a DJ Netto out there, so Netto was scratched for the opening heat. As the green lights come on, in turn number 1, Danielle Simpson on the bottom, Allard on the top. Oh, contact! Contact between Allard and Simpson. Oh, Simpson.
Red, we got actually they must stop the car.
And he'll round 3 and 4, Corey Eliason fast time, and a heat race winner in heat race number 1. Statler momentarily took a peek. Oh, contact! As he heads down the back straightaway, nice and smooth through 3 and 4, Rico Abreu. Moving in heat race number 2, white flag out one more time around. The 26-year-old driver out of Scotts Valley, California, last 2 seasons finished second in the King of the West Series point standings, and he's going to be a heat race winner here in Placerville, Evan Suggs. Golovic once again trying to wind up a good line on the top side. White flag out one more time around. With Craig Stidham out front, Shane Golovic second. Into the final sets, Golovic tries to set for the top side, but Craig Stidham will win heat race number 4. Shane Golovic second. This is the best of the West. Your King of the West 410 Sprint Car Series on parade at the Placerville Speedway. Round number 2 set for blast off.
As the field comes to the chalk stripe at turn 4, green flag out, Shane Golovic on the bottom, Jason Statler on the top. It's going to be Statler, but check out Golovic on the inside. Oh, big crash in turn 1. Andy Gregg upside down, Corey Eliason and Evan Suggs also involved. Looks like the green flag comes back out. Shane Golovic, nice advantage this time. He'll lead the field in turn number 1. Everyone trying to find their way through. Oh, big crash. Richard Brace Jr. Looks like Todd Wanless also involved. The red flag. Tommy Tarleton, the 21, also sideways over there in turn 1. Golovic, Statler back to the green flag. Going to be Golovic getting the lead down the front straightaway. Check out Kyle Hirst trying to get underneath Jason Statler. Willie Croft right there as well. Hirst side by side with Statler. Oh, the 2 ping wheels in down the backstretch. Kyle Hirst up to second. Statler third. Here comes Craig Stidham trying to fight his way forward as well. Croft trying to go to the outside of Jason Statler now off turn number 2. Croft able to make the pass on Stidham. Here comes John Allard trying the top side as well. Great 4-car battle there for 2nd through 5th. Statler, Croft, Stidham, and Allard. Statler with a nice run down the back straight, pulls away from Croft. Now Croft puts the Tri-C machine to the inside. Statler, nice run off the top. Here comes Jonathan Allard inside of Craig Stidham. Nice move by Allard. Rico Abreu also trying to put his name in the mix as well. Oh, leader Golovic sideways on the infield. He's going to lose the lead. Kyle Hirst takes it, but oh, yellow flag for Chad Compton. The leader saved by the yellow. Racing back to the chalk stripe, double foul restart. Shane Golovic back out front with the lead. And at turn number 1, Willie Croft, Jason Statler trying to fight their way past Hirst for 2nd. As Statler gets to the inside of the Roth 83 through 3 and 4, side by side. Hirst able to hang on down the front stretch. Golovic sits out front. Here comes Willie Croft trying to battle Jason Statler for 3rd. Statler and Allard now going at it. Here comes Rico Abreu and Craig Stidham. Great stuff here at the Placerville Speedway. Side-by-side action all the way through the field. Abreu tries to duck back to the inside in front of Stidham as the pair race down the backstretch with Jason Statler just ahead. Later, Shane Golovic out front, trying to extend his lead as lap traffic comes into play, but Kyle Hirst is catching him. Hirst in the 83 Junior trying to take advantage of lap traffic. Shane Golovic underneath the lap car of Chad Compton. Off turn 2, Golovic makes the pass. Looks like it's Wilton Scott Parker next ahead for Golovic to try to deal with here in lap traffic. Kyle Hirst smooth on the inside as Golovic gets underneath Parker. He's A-OK by. Kyle Hirst now going to try to catch back up as both the top two run the bottom side through 3 and 4. Golubic, Hirst, Willie Croft trying to close in as well. As the field races off turn number 2. Rico Abu, Jonathan Allard side by side. Abu trying a big slide job through 3 and 4. Allard able to hang on. Tommy Tarleton, the Terminator, now finding the top side to his liking. He gets around Stidham. Oh, tries to get around Abu. Contact almost. Close quarter racing down the back straightaway as Tarleton ducks back to the inside of Stidham. Golubic down the back straightaway off turn number 2. Continues to lead the field. Hirst once again putting the Roth 83 to the top side, trying to get the momentum side by side at the flag stand. Kyle Hirst inches ahead. Shane Golubic down the back straightaway to the inside. Hirst once again on the top side by side through 3 and 4. Who's it going to be off for? It's Kyle Hirst taking the lead. Nice job by Kyle Hirst, your new leader of the race. Shane Golubic trying to stay with him in second. As Hirst once again on the top side, going to be one more time around for the fast-moving Sacramento driver. Kyle Hirst in his first full-time season driving for Dennis and Teresa Roth down the backstretch. Golubic trying to close in as Hirst rides the high side. Golubic on the bottom. It's going to be Kyle Hirst picking up the win. Shane Golubic second, and the Terminator, Tommy Tarleton, third.
Talk us through that pass on Jay Golubic.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's hear you guys get loud right now. Yeah! That was awesome. That was so fun. These guys gave me a great car. We just had to get in position. Slow down real quick. I got to thank Dennis and Teresa, all my guys, Sonny, Kyle, Mikey, Bucky. They worked their butts off, man. Shane had a great car. Congrats to him. Thank you guys for packing this house. Oh, that was awesome. That top was great down there.
Well, hey, we love coming to Placerville because of that big, thick cushion they get there, and you used every bit of that. And Dennis and Teresa Roth giving you the opportunity of a lifetime this year, and you're showing that their decision is paid off.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate those kind words. Hope you guys had a blast. Come say hi afterwards, have a beer, let's have some fun. Thank you, guys.
Well, hey, great job. We'll see you at the Bradway. Maybe do it again next week.
Hey, we're going to come back, Brad. We're going to try to do this again.
All right, everyone. Kyle. Shane, you sat out front there. It looked like you were going to pick up another win, and Kyle kept reeling you in, running the top side, but it seems like when you're running second with the way the track was, it kind of is a better opportunity.
Yeah, we were kind of a sitting duck there. Kyle's really good here, and I knew he'd be coming on the top, but if I go up there and try to block him, then he's just going to drive by me on the bottom. I didn't know how good the top was. You know, it's just one of those deals. He outdrove us tonight and got us there towards the end. Got to hand it to him. He did an awesome job. It was a fun race. Wish it didn't end up that way.
Wait, talk about your season so far. You, of course, picked up a World of Outlaws win, and you guys have been fast night in, night out. This whole Jovan Trails team is giving you great stuff, and hopefully we'll see you back here at the Bradway next week and a lot of money on the line.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if we're going to make it, but yeah, we'll be back soon, I guess.
Well, hey, great job, man. We'll see you later in the year.
Thank you.
You know, I was either going to, do 10 barrel rolls off the end of turn 1, or I was going to run up to the front. And I could smell the lead. I don't know, who knows if I could have got there, but I'm happy with top 3 and podium finish was Tarleton and Son Corporate American Lending car. Take what I win and invest it in some Corporate American Lending investments and see if I can double it next week.
I tell you, what an exciting night for the whole Tri-C crew. Willie Croft, Clyde Lamar, Lindgren, all the guys. I mean, what an exciting night in Placerville. And we've got another one coming up June 29th. More of the same. And if you were there last year, or earlier this year, I shouldn't say last year, earlier this year, you know it was a sellout. They had to turn people away. So our advice, get there early. You can go in and get your tickets early, then mark your spot in line with the talk. I think you've seen that before on our videos. And get in there and get a good seat early, because it is going to be the final appearance for King of the West at Placerville this year. It is going to be jam-packed action. It's going to be a great crowd again, and we advise you to get there early. It's always fun and exciting at Placerville Speedway. Another one of the events coming up this weekend at the Reno Tahoe Fernley Speedway is a full night of action, including the KWS lights. The light sprints will be in action along with the modifieds and the dwarf cars, and the big action-packed night at RTF Speedway in Fernley. I advise you to go up, have a great time in Reno, stay at the Nugget. You see the phone number on the screen. You can call and get special room reservations at the Nugget and get you some good room rates, then go over and see some great racing action and have fun up in the Reno, Tahoe, Fernley area. Again, a lot of racing action. We got the Dirt Cup this weekend. We've got racing Civil War up at Chico on Friday night, racing at the Stockton 99 Speedway on Friday night, and at the Ocean Speedway. So wherever you are in Northern California, there's a sprint car race for you. Hey, and until next week, we'll have a special edition with Gary Thomas back. We're going to have some special announcements, some special video, and look forward to seeing you next week right here on King of the West Tonight. And remember, you can always stay in touch with King of the West on our website by going to kwssprints.com.